accepted?
There is nobody trying to sign on that I can see. So she might be, how about I'll share my story first. Do you want to send
Okay,
the link? Okay.
I did. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to share a little bit of my story first. And my name is Stacey Porritt. I live in Michigan. I have been with Plexus. Gosh, it'll be 9 years. 9 years in January. The funny thing about that is I was not expecting to take the products for longer than a month. I was going to take the products for 1 month so that I could prove to my friend Michelle that they didn't work. Well, obviously that joke is on me because here I am again, remember, almost 9 years later. And so I just want to share a couple of highlights. I was a special education teacher. I would go to school every single day. I would have all of the patients for my students, and I would come home and I would have zero energy, zero patience left for my own family. So those people that deserved the best of me got the worst of me. And I hated that. I hated that. So that's really the thing that drove me to find something that was going to help me to be a better wife, a better mom, and just overall a better human. So I wasn't sleeping well. I was my heaviest weight. I wasn't making great food choices. I was a pop addict. So that list could go on and on and on, but I tried these products. And literally, when I say they have changed everything, they have changed everything. I haven't had a sip of pop in over, it'll be 9 years in January. I have, well, let me show you this real quick. So this is my husband, Rob. I know he's not here, but we started the products together. I like to show his picture because it's showing you a 54-pound weight loss from start to about 6 months in. I don't like to highlight the weight loss because these are not weight loss products, they're gut health products, but I highlight his weight loss, which can be a side effect of getting your gut healthy, because I like to then show you this. People who know both of us think that I have also lost over 50 pounds as well. And the reality of it is, you guys, I haven't lost any weight. In fact, if I'm being honest, I've gained some weight. But I have lost 4 pant sizes and 3 shirt sizes because I've lost all of that inflammation and inches. And it's so incredible. So one of the things I share with people is if I would have used weight loss as my determiner, whether I was successful or whether I was a failure with these products, I would have quit a long time ago and I wouldn't have had all of these incredible things happen. I now sleep really well. I'm not getting sick anymore. I'm off of the 5 prescriptions that I was taking before I started: allergy, asthma, acid reflux, and metformin for PCOS. So that's amazing. I'm 54 years old. I don't take any prescription medications, and I am super proud of that. My triglycerides and cholesterol are normal. They were super high for over 20 years, and they've been normal now for, it's about 7 years at this point. So when and I haven't, did I tell you? I did say that, the sip of pop. And now I have all day sustained energy. We just had our 2-year-old grandson yesterday, and I got to play. I went to the park. I did all of the things that I wanted to do with my kids, but never had the energy to do it until I found these products. And so I am so thrilled of just really that 180 that my health and my happiness has done. And so I wanted to share that with you. But Myra and Dave have incredible stories. And so I want to give them each a few moments to share with you what they've experienced so far. And they still have more to come because they're really just beginning their journey. So Myra, I'll have you start. And then Dave, if we've got you, which it looks like we do, you're next.
Okay. So my name is Myra Johnson. I started Plexus back in 2013. And I did great on it, right? I lost a little bit of weight. I had energy and I made extra income. So it was working really well. But then I had an accident in 2017 and it changed my world. I shattered my femur by stepping on a slick surface. It had been raining. And so I developed a condition known as CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome. It's also called the suicide disease. Every person I met at the treatment clinic had a story. So I quit Plexus. I quit leaving the house. I basically quit life for a few years. I was in a wheelchair for almost a year. I had to have 3 surgeries on my leg. And being in that wheelchair, I wasn't able to take care of my family. And so I gained a lot of weight by eating fast food every day. My blood pressure went through the roof because of the extreme pain and the stress on my body. Like I said, after my injury, I lost myself and I was afraid of everything. If I heard thunder, if I saw a cloud, I was like, no, I'm not leaving this bedroom. I'm not getting out of this bed. And so then the pain meds that they had me on made me feel like a zombie. So fast forward 3.5 years, and I found a treatment facility, and I gained remission. So the pain was gone. I had my life back, but I was still overweight, and my blood pressure was still through the roof. So and the depression, I can't begin to explain the depression. It was really bad. And I still felt self-conscious because of the scar. I had to have 3 or 4 surgeries on my leg, 3 surgeries on my leg, and it's all scarred up, and I was self-conscious about it. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do Plexus again. So I did. I got my husband on it first, and then I got myself on it, and I've been on it since June. I've lost a few pounds, maybe. Mainly I've lost inches. 6.5 inches. I've lost my high blood pressure. I've lost my migraines. Like Stacey, I've lost my craving for Dr. Pepper. And I lost the depression and the self-doubt. I have gained confidence in myself. Thanks, Stacey. And confidence in myself again. I'm excited to go out. As a matter of fact, I just went out to a reunion luncheon today where I spent 3.5 hours chatting with old friends that knew me back in the day when I was slim and trim and had no health problems. It was fun to be out and to talk and chat, and I had that confidence to do that. Now, to be honest, I had no plans to sell Plexus again. I was not going to sell it. I was just going to use the products because I knew that they worked. And honestly, I was embarrassed because I had quit. I had quit something so amazing. And so Stacey didn't let me quit this time. Stacey encouraged me to post, and so I did. And somehow I ranked silver in less than 2 weeks, and it just keeps going. I recently chatted with a friend, and I didn't even know she was watching my Facebook post, but she said, "I love your post. You're so inspiring." I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." And then we started talking about what her main health concerns were. And this really got me. She said, "Oh, I'm just fat." And I thought, no, nobody's just fat. There's all these underlying issues. There's the big 3. There's the blood sugar, there's inflammation, and gut health issues. And so we talked about that a little bit. I gave her a packet of Slim. We're going to talk some more this week. But my story is that it works. And even if you quit and come back, it's okay. Just come back.
Perfect. Myra, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. And your story is so inspiring. And so, yes, keep telling people because you have a gift to share with people. Dave, we would love to hear from you.
I'm kidding. Can you hear me?
We can.
Hello, handsome.
Hello there, sweetheart. Yeah, she's about 1,100 miles away. The one thing that Plexus can't cure is the loneliness from a long range loving relationship. What she didn't tell you was when she was in that wheelchair and going through that terrible time, we were inseparable. I wouldn't leave her side. Oh gosh, that's what kills me is to be so far away from her now, because we spent so much of that time just the 2 of us. We, to get her through that so that she could get better. And when we found plexus. It was amazing when I got on it back then. She talked with me about it, and you know how most guys are, we're sitting there and the wife is like, you have to do this, you have to do this, and here's why, and you have to do this. And pretty soon you're like, oh, just give it here. And so I start taking it and I lost 27 pounds. And I thought, oh, okay, okay. So then it made sense, except that then she stopped doing it. And Myra, if you're honest now, there were years I kept saying, why don't you just do the plexus again? And
That's
and
great.
then here recently she said, but I'm not going to sell it. And I said, just sell it to me. Just get back on the thing and sell it to me. I need it. I want that X factor so bad. So anyway, so she gets back on it. We did that. Well, my story is that when I was very, very young, 18 months old, up to 4 years old, I had two very serious traumatic brain injuries that have affected me to this very day. And so the depression throughout my entire life, school was terrible, the depression, anxiety, self-esteem was almost nothing. Well, then Myra just recently said, okay, Dave, I'm going to send you something. I said, what is it? She said, it's called Mega X. She said, it's for your brain. And I thought, oh gosh, I've tried everything. And I mean that. I have tried everything. I tried every energy drink on the market. I was on Adderall for years and years and years until the doctor said, hey, you got to get off that. It's killing you. Your blood pressure is going through the roof. I was on blood pressure medication. So I got off that without replacing it with any medication. So that was tough. So Myra sends me the Mega X. I start taking it. She calls me the next day. How you feeling? Are you smart? Are you better? Are you not depressed anymore? And I said, Myra, no, I don't feel any different. So I said, look, let me report back to you. She said, okay. I think it was 4 or 5 days later. I called her and I said, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. All the energy drinks, even the Adderall, nothing has ever done this. I told her, I am able to sit here and have a conversation with somebody and stay engaged in that conversation. I can focus on what we're talking about. I can sit in a meeting and remember what was said long enough to actually comment back. I've always been the kind of person that I prefer to write emails, notes, letters, texts, anything other than having to one-on-one have a conversation with somebody, especially an extemporaneous conversation. I was afraid, scared to death of them. I'm not anymore. And I'm not claiming to be healed. I'm not claiming to be cured. I don't think these things are medicine. I don't think they do that. All I know is this Mega X is feeding my brain. And apparently it's feeding my brain what it needs to operate at peak efficiency. I ran out for a little while. And so I contacted Myra again. And I said, Myra, I can't figure out the buttons in this app. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I said, I'm going to place an order this way. She said, no, don't do it. You got to do it this way so that it does this and this in the software. And I said, okay, well, could you help me? So she did. Well, during that time that I had run out of it for about 4 days, it started reverting. So then just recently I get the Mega X back. I start taking it. A couple days later, right back to top, right back to the top, right back to peak performance, feeling really good. So for someone like me who spent 63 years dealing with the effects of severe TBI, and just so you know how severe, and I have all the Cereset brain scans, the modern Cereset brain scans. This half of my brain to this very day has no brain activity whatsoever. The doctor told me that I'm actually pretty lucky that it happened at such a young age. I was 18 months old. Um, uh, that my brain was able to compensate. Still wasn't able to fully compensate. Socially, I've always struggled. Myra could tell you that. It's always been a bit of a headache to her, and I feel terrible about that. But I've always had to kind of hide behind her and just hold her or hold her hand or just stay close. And but it's amazing. And I think, um, we saw each other, what's it been, about a week ago now, Myra?
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the Mega X, felt great, was able to talk to her. Um, we end up in arguments sometimes because I forget what she told me 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. that didn't happen. Just a whole different life for me. I don't know if I've started losing weight or not. I'm living in a little bitty B&B up in the attic of this house. I'm living like Beetlejuice right now. I live in the just in one little bitty room up in the attic of this house. I don't have scales or anything like that, but I feel incredible. And normally the depression sets in and I go to the food. That's what I do. When I get depressed, food is my friend. When I'm on the plexus and I have my shakes, it's 2 shakes a day and a decent lunch because I'm not craving so bad. So anyway, it's gotten my life back in order. My brain is being properly fed, and I'm telling you, I don't ever want to be without the plexus products again, ever.
Oh my
That's it.
goodness. Myra and Dave, that's amazing. Really, truly, both of your stories are so inspiring. And you're also taking triplex, aren't you, Dave? Are you taking
I'm taking so many things. I'm probably taking a quadruplex. I don't know what. Myra, am I taking that? Am I on?
Yes.
I'm on so many things,
Yeah,
but
I
I
think
love
you
it.
are.
I absolutely love it. The other day, I got them out to take them. I was sitting in a restaurant. I got them out, laid them on the table, and they all rolled off the table. I must have looked like a fool, but I was on the floor on my hands and knees till I found every one of those tablets.
I
I
love it.
wasn't going to get up until I found them.
And
I
I
looked like a
wanted to just,
maniac.
yeah, and I wanted to point that out because I mean, the story that you shared about Mega X is so incredible, but triplex and like what Myra talked about with the big 3, right? The blood sugar stabilization, the inflammation
Oh,
reduction,
yeah.
gut health alignment, that's all playing into it also. And then that Mega X is giving you that extra good stuff. And oh my goodness, truly, both of your stories are so inspiring. So you guys, we have gone over time, but I think it was totally worth it. It's okay. Don't you dare worry because I think it was so worth it. So we appreciate you staying on a little bit longer. We typically would share with you about our triplex, but I think that you've heard plenty about amazing things that our triplex does. So I'm just going to show you real quick in case you are new to us. We have our pink drink or our slim. It comes in hunger control and microbiome activating. We have Bio Cleanse, an amazing magnesium supplement. And we have our ProBio 5, which is an incredible probiotic that has digestive enzymes and an antifungal in it. And so this is really what I would call our flagship combo. And so if you are new, you're wondering what you should be taking, obviously the 3 of us think that you should take the triplex because it's truly changed everything for us. But talk with the person that invited you, let him or her know what your goals are. And they're going to suggest the best combo or combos for you to take a look at. And so there's so much more that we could tell you, but we want to respect your time tonight. And thank you so much for jumping on and joining us. And we hope that you have an incredible night. But before we go, I need a number. Let's see, is anyone unmuted? Myra, can you give me a number between 1 and 9, please?
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gigi! Woo, 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 woo. All right, Gigi, send me your email. I'm going to send you a gift card. Thank you so much for jumping on. We appreciate all of you, and you have a great night.
Thanks.